Katie and welcome back to my booktube channel. For today's video, I will be talking about my most anticipated romance books that are coming out this spring, and I will do my best to explain what they're about, but obviously I haven't read them. I just kind of have a list of tropes for each one, and I will try to remember to tell you the date that they're coming out, but let's jump into it. The first book is Stealing Home by Grace Riley, which comes out April 21st. And this is actually the third book in a series. They are all sports romances. The first book is First Down, which is a football romance. Second book is Breakaway, which is a hockey romance. And then this one, which is Stealing Home, is a baseball romance. And as somebody that loves sports and obviously reading, this series sounds so good. I haven't read any of them yet, but I just bought the first book and I plan on reading the second one on Kindle Unlimited by the time this book comes out. Like I said, it is a baseball romance. We also have forced proximity because they are roommates, and also reverse Grumpy Sunshine, which is always really interesting to me, so this sounds right up my alley. The next one is Happy Place by Emily Henry, which comes out April 25th, and I don't know too much about this one, but I have read, I don't know if it's all of her books. I actually don't know what her backlist is like, but I have read People Who Meet on Vacation, Beach Read, and Book Lovers. And I really loved 2 out of the 3. So far, I have a pretty good track record with Emily Henry books. This one is a second chance romance with fake dating and found family. Next up, we have King of Sin by Anna Huang, which comes out April 27th. This is a billionaire romance, opposites attract, and maybe forced proximity, but I have read King of Wrath, which I did really enjoy. I've also read the entire Twisted series, so I tend to enjoy Anna Huang books, and I'm excited to see where this series goes. Oh, I just remembered it is not forced proximity, it is a forbidden romance, which is even better in my opinion. Those are all the books I'm excited for in April. The first one that comes out in May is a book by Sarah Adams, and I think it's called Practice Makes Perfect. It comes out on May 2nd, and the cover for this is so cute. There's like some flowers in it, and also like the guy has tattoos, which I'm a sucker for, and it is just such a cute cover. I've read The Cheat Sheet and When in Rome by Sarah Adams, and I loved both of them. They're very like fun books. It's kind of a palate cleanser for me because I read a lot of like dark romance and a lot of books that are incredibly spicy, so these are just really fun rom-coms. This is Good Girl, Bad Boy, small town, dating coach, kind of. I wasn't really sure how to describe that aspect of it. And also bodyguard. So that's such an interesting combination. And I'm really excited to see what Sarah Adams does with this because it sounds so good. Next, I have The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren, which comes out on May 16th. This is single dad, forbidden love, and a slow burn. And it also has a reality show in it, which is super fun. Slow burn is one of my absolute favorite tropes, and I'm excited to see where this goes. I haven't really read too many books about like reality shows or like dating shows, which is what I'm assuming this is. So I'm excited to dive into this one. Moving on to June, I have 2 books that are coming out June 6th. The first one is Lore Olympus Volume 4. I remember reading this on Webtoons. I can't remember how many episodes I got into this series, but I've already read the first 3 volumes, and I can't wait for Volume 4. It's also a good excuse to reread the first 3, which will definitely help me with my reading goal for this year because I am very far behind, and I'm like 10 books behind, which is not good. I've been in a huge reading slump, so I'm excited for this one to come out and help me catch up a little bit. But also, these are graphic novels, if you don't know. It's also about mythology, and it is just so fun. Also, the art and everything is beautiful. I love the colors that they use. It's so fun to me to read graphic novels because I haven't really read that many, but these are by far my favorite. The second one that comes out on June 6th is Unfortunately Yours by Tessa Bailey. She just released Secretly Yours, I think in February, which I have, but I have not read yet. This seems like a companion novel to that, if I understand it correctly. We get enemies to lovers. We get a prank war, which is super fun. We also get marriage of convenience and forced proximity. I haven't read a marriage of convenience book in a while, and it is one of my favorite tropes that I always forget that I enjoy. So I'm very excited for this. I definitely need to read Secretly Yours first. I'm not sure if you actually have to, but even with companion novels, I like reading them in order. So I will definitely have to make sure I do that before this book comes out. Next up on June 8th, we have Crimson River by Devney Perry, and this is book 6, I think, in the Eden series. I have only read the first two. I'm very far behind, is my point, but I really need to keep it moving because I read Indigo Ridge and Juniper Hill for sure. I want to say Garnet Flats is the third one, which I got like halfway through and got distracted and never finished. So I need to make sure I do that. I know that there was one that was released earlier this year. I know the cover was yellow, and that's all I know. And then this one. So this might be number 5. There's a lot, but the series is so good. Devney Perry's writing is so good. These are like small town romances. They take place in Montana. And it's all the siblings in the Eden family, which I love when you get like a friend group and you get all their romances, or a family like this. It's just really fun because you get to see all the characters from the first few books in the rest of the books in the series. That didn't make sense. But I like the little tidbits we get to see from past couples. But like I said, this is small town, romantic suspense, and also no strings attached, which sounds really good. So I need to catch up so I can read this one. I just recently read my first Elsie Silver book, which I think was called Flawless, and I loved it. Her writing was so good. I became obsessed with these characters and the world, and it was like a cowboy bull riding romance, which I'd never read before, but it was really interesting to learn about. And she's coming out with another book in that same companion series on June 9th. This one is called Reckless, and I know that it is a single mom romance. It's also Neighbors, Grumpy Sunshine, He Falls First, I think also One Night Stand, which overall sounds like such a good combination. And just like other series I've talked about, there are a couple other books in between these that I have not read yet, but her writing is so good that I know that I will just fly through the rest of the series, and I'm so excited to dive into more of her work. And last but not least, we have Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood, which comes out June 13th. She's giving us fake dating, academic rivals to lovers, which is also kind of enemies to lovers depending on how you look at it. We're also getting slow burn and He Falls First. So the combination of a bunch of my favorite tropes. I have a pretty good track record with Ali Hazelwood. I loved The Love Hypothesis, and then what's the other one called? Where did I put it? I rearranged my books recently and now I don't know where any of them are. So give me 1 second. Love on the Brain. I also enjoyed Love on the Brain. I have I don't know what this is called. The binding of all of her novellas. There's 3 of them that she came out with last year that I haven't had a chance to read yet, but they all also sound really good. My point is, I enjoy Ali Hazelwood's writing, so I'm very excited for her new book, especially because we get academic rivals to lovers, which is not a trope I read about very often, but I do tend to really enjoy, so I'm curious to see how this book goes. But those are all the books that are coming out this spring that I'm very excited to read. Let me know which book you're the most excited to get your hands on this spring. Go ahead and comment that below. I will try to make a few more of these videos throughout the year so I can share which books I'm really excited about, and maybe you can read them too and we could talk about them on Instagram, in the comments, literally anywhere. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And if you do subscribe, please click the notification bell so you know when I upload next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in my next video.